Tony McGill can't keep his cool about the steamy scenes between his wife Caitriona Balfe and Sam. For over a decade, fans of the Outlander series have been enamored with the passionate romance between Claire and Jamie Fraser, the two main characters played by Caitriona Balfe and Sam Heughan. The intense, raw and emotional love scenes between the two characters have not only become a trademark of the show, but have also fueled speculation about whether they are acting on screen, making it real. However, despite the rumors, the scrutiny of the media and the fandom's frenzy, Caitriona's husband, Tony McGill, a secretive Scottish music producer, has never spoken out. He seems to only appear as a shadow beside his wife at a few events, then disappear as if nothing is worth mentioning. Until that day, the day Tony sat down for an exclusive interview, talking for the first time about his relationship with Caitriona, and especially the sex scenes between his wife and Sam Heughan, in front of millions of viewers around the world. The most anticipated interview, the conversation took place in a small boutique hotel in Edinburgh, where Tony had composed the music for a musical in 2011. Journalist Annabelle Carrington, the only person Tony had agreed to talk to, opened with a question that everyone thought he would avoid. Tony, how did it feel to watch your wife, Caitriona, act out extremely hot love scenes with Sam Heughan on screen? Tony sat still. He did not take his eyes off the black coffee in front of him. Then he looked up, his gaze straight and his voice calm. The first time I watched Outlander, I turned the TV off in the middle of it. Annabelle was stunned. I didn't turn it off because I was angry. I turned it off because I was scared that I wasn't brave enough to love an artist on that level. Jealousy, yes, but Tony says that when Outlander premiered its first season, he and Caitriona had only been dating for a few months. I remember the night of the premiere. She was shaking, and I was trying to act cool. But when the first bed scene came on screen, it felt like someone punched me in the chest. He pauses, smiles slightly. Sam and Caitriona have a chemistry that I've never seen before. It's surreal that you forget you're watching a performance. And that, if I were an insecure husband, could have killed our relationship. Annabelle asks bluntly, "Are you jealous?" Tony took a sip of coffee, then nodded. "I'm human, of course, but more importantly, I trust her. I trust Kat's professionalism. And more than that, I understand, to love an artist, you have to love their roles." Sam Heughan, rivals or allies? What has puzzled the public for years is, what is the real relationship between Tony and Sam Heughan? Are they secret rivals? Are they men who keep their distance because they both love the same woman, albeit in different ways? Tony smiled when asked about Sam. "We've met a few times. Honestly, there were times I felt uncomfortable. How can I be comfortable when my wife has to hug, kiss, and fake sex with another man, day after day, in front of the camera?" He smiled, but there was something deeper in his eyes. "But I never saw Sam cross the line. On the contrary, he always respected Kat, and respected me. Sam knew what was real and what was an act. I loved him for that." Annabelle asked a question that no one had dared to ask before. "Did you ever suspect that they had something real, outside of the movies?" Tony was silent for a long time. Then he answered with a sentence that sent the media into a frenzy. "I didn't suspect it. I knew they were in love. The truth no one expected." Tony's answer was like a bombshell. He confirmed what had been a fandom rumor for years. Caitriona and Sam Heughan were in a real relationship, before she got together with Tony. "When I met Kat, she was coming out of a secret relationship. And I knew who it was with. We didn't have to hide anything from each other. I knew I wasn't the first person she had loved deeply, and that didn't scare me. When asked if he ever felt like he was just next to Sam, Tony just shook his head. "I wasn't the first one. But I was the one chosen to be with her until the end." As soon as Tony McGill's interview was published in Vanity Fair, the internet exploded. The quote, "I have no doubt. I know they were in love," was quoted everywhere, appearing on every platform, from Twitter, X, TikTok to Reddit and Outlander fan pages. The hashtag Tony McGill Speaks quickly became a global trend. While many praised Tony as a brave, understanding and kind man, many others were shocked and even disappointed. "Wait, so they really loved each other in real life?" wrote one fan with a tearful reaction image. "Tony is a saint, I swear. No one can be so calm when watching their wife naked with her ex on screen," commented another. But some people also asked sarcastically, is there really no jealousy, no hurt? Or is it just a clean PR for an upcoming autobiography? Doubts began to creep in, and they were only amplified by Sam Heughan's complete silence. Caitriona speaks out. 3 days after the interview, Caitriona Balfe broke her silence with a lengthy Instagram post with a black and white photo of Tony playing the piano in their small house in Dublin. "I thought I would take a part of the memory and keep it to myself. But Tony taught me that love is not about control. It's about trust and acceptance." She confirmed the fact that she and Sam had a beautiful and short-lived romance, which happened before her relationship with Tony. "We loved each other in silence, and we parted ways with respect. But Tony, who listened, understood, and entered my life with an open heart, is the one I chose to be my husband." At the end of the post, Caitriona thanked the audience. "Thank you for always believing in us, whether on screen or in real life. But please don't forget, we are human beings, with memories, choices, and hurts." The post received more than 5 million likes in just 24 hours. Old stories are brought up. Tony's revelation has caused the media to dig up a series of old photos. One of the most shocking photos is the moment in 2017, when Sam Heughan hugged Caitriona from behind backstage at a Golden Globes event. Both smiled brightly, unaware that someone was secretly taking photos from afar. Now, the photo is captioned, "Love each other, but still have to pretend to be just co-stars." Some old interviews have also been dissected. In it, Sam once said, "Kat and I have always had a special connection. We don't need to say too much. We just need to look at each other and understand." The audience now looks back and understands, maybe they are not just playing the role too well, but are actually using acting to cover up something very real. Tony, the man behind the spotlight, returning to Tony McGill, who was considered a silent unknown in Caitriona's life, has now become the center of the media. But instead of taking advantage of the opportunity to shine, Tony chose to stay silent. A source from Tony's close friends revealed, he doesn't want to be a celebrity. He just wants to tell his story, once, and let things settle down. However, rumors began to circulate that Tony was writing a book, not a memoir, but a novel, inspired by personal experience. And in it, a famous actress, a sexy TV star, and an artist husband are caught between love and jealousy. The publishing world is excited. If the book is real, it could be the next phenomenon after Prince Harry's Spare. A secret private meeting. According to rumors from an anonymous Reddit source, Tony McGill and Sam Heughan met privately in a Glasgow pub, just days after the interview. The meeting lasted just 42 minutes. No photos were leaked, but a barman at the bar told the tabloid. They shook hands. They were both quiet, but there was something like respect between them. There was no tension, no harsh words. It was just two men talking about a woman they both loved. An online viewer commented, "I don't know what they said to each other, but the fact that they dared to face each other made me admire them." Quote,